Hi, my name is Emily Klesitz, and this is my diversity video. So my research topic was about how schools currently have a lack of diversity in their curriculum, which can be changed if we create more culturally responsive educators. So why is this important? First of all, it is important for schools to have a diversity in curriculum because diversity in curriculum promotes critical thinking for students. It encourages understanding of different cultures. Sometimes students tend to look through only the lens of their own culture. And so diversity in curriculum will allow students to see through the lens of other cultures as well. It also shows students different perspectives from their own, which in turn will create a more unified classroom. Now, teachers should be more culturally responsive because it will increase student engagement, it will build positive relationships within the classroom, and a culturally responsive classroom creates a classroom where all students feel safe and supported. Now, my first article was called Preparing Culturally Responsive Teachers, Rethinking the Curriculum. This article discussed that in order to prepare teachers to be culturally responsive, we must make sure that they are prepared to teach in a diverse society with a diverse curriculum. So, some of the important points from this article were that teacher education programs should prepare educators better to teach in a diverse society. Also, schools tend to just skim the surface with diversity issues instead of going deeper. And it is very important that we dive deeper into those diversity issues. Teachers need to eliminate their own bias, and teachers need to believe that schools can be the sites for social transformation. If teachers do not believe that, then change will not happen. My second article was called There's a Lot of Stumbling Forward, The Impact of Whiteness on Teacher Educators' Reconceptualization of Culturally Based English Education Curriculum. So this article is about how many teachers fail to incorporate culturally diverse practices into their teaching. There are three main factors for teachers' failure to be more culturally diverse. Those three main factors are the instructor's cultural roots. The second one is the pervasiveness of whiteness, which includes assumptions and privileges. And the third factor are deep-seated tensions between culturally based practices. Teachers have to overcome their own experiences in order to create a culturally diverse curriculum. Teachers need to make sure that the curriculum reaches all students by looking past their own lens. My second article is called My Eyes Have Been Opened, White Teachers and Racial Awareness. This article is about a study that was conducted in a racially diverse area of 6 white female teachers and how they implemented culturally diverse instruction. Through this study, the teachers that were interviewed had to work hard to overcome their racial bias and to not just look through the lens of their own experiences. This study found that educators should be aware of racial injustices and a lack of diversity in the classroom. And this study found that the teachers who participated the most in discussions about culturally diverse instructions were the ones that were the most likely to implement it in the classroom. So the important thing is that teachers need to be talking about it and having these hard discussions. My fourth article was called Beyond Race Awareness, White Racial Identity and Multicultural Teaching. This article talks about how teachers need to develop their own racial identities in order to create a more culturally diverse classroom. Some important parts from this article were that white teachers need to reflect on their own lives in order to become a more multicultural educator. Having difficult conversations will help teachers become more aware of cultural differences in their classrooms. Sometimes teachers tend to shy away from those difficult conversations, but if we don't have them, then change will not happen. We can ensure our curriculum is culturally diverse by including more diverse literature. Students want to see themselves represented in literature, so we need to make sure that we have very diverse literature in our classrooms. My fifth article was Educating All Students, Creating Culturally Responsive Teachers, Classrooms, and Schools. This article discussed how educators need to incorporate students' home cultures into their teaching, which would increase academic performance. So, teachers must show an appreciation and knowledge of their students' unique experiences at home. Teachers would do this by getting to know their students. If we are not getting to know our students and asking them those questions, then we will not know what their culture is. Teachers must view the curriculum through the student's lens and incorporate their experiences and backgrounds. So, our overarching themes that we had in these articles was that in order to have more diversity in curriculum, as well as create more culturally responsive teachers, we need to do a few things. We need to look through the lens of our students rather than our own lens. We need to overcome our own experiences and how that can affect our biases toward others in the classroom. Teachers need to include more diverse literature in our classrooms so that all students can see themselves represented. And we need to incorporate our students' home cultures into our teaching by truly getting to know our students. If we do all of those things, we will become more culturally responsive and have a more culturally diverse curriculum. These are my resources that I used for my articles, and thank you.